Behind the Iron Curtain lies a mystery. This is the 10 Kopek 1961 SIC CP. Most think it's just 10 cents of scrap metal. They are wrong. There is a tiny technical detail on the strike of this year that changes the value entirely. You need to follow this video until the very last second. I will reveal exactly what to look for and how it can turn a common coin into a rare specimen. Don't blink or you'll miss the key detail. Before we dive in, we're just a few subscribers away from our first goal. This channel is about technical truth. If you want to identify real value, hit subscribe now. Let's reach the top together. Also, remember our premiere tomorrow at 6 p.m. EST. We are exposing the 2017 1-cent euro scam. It's a massive market manipulation. You need to know. Set your reminders now. Now let's head to the data. This 10 Kopek wasn't just money, it was a tool of the Cold War. In 1961, while Gagarin was orbiting Earth, the USSR needed a currency that looked indestructible. They chose this alloy to scream stability to the West. Notice the color. It's not silver, and it's not quite brass. It's a specialized nickel-zinc mix. If you find one with a reddish tint, stop. You might have a rare off-metal error struck on a planchette meant for another coin. Look at the wheat ears. They aren't just decoration. They represent the bread of the empire. In 1961, every detail was inspected by the state to ensure no flaws. That's why the die variety I'll show you later is so insane. Let's open Numista. This is our filter against misinformation. For the 1961 Kopek, Numista shows a huge production. This is why the average coin is worth so little. But look at the technical specs, the alloy, the weight, and the diameter. Most of these were melted down after 1991. Finding a pristine 1961 today is like finding a ghost of the Soviet Union. We are hunting for the top 1% of survivors. This is where numismatics becomes detective work. If your coin doesn't match these exactly, you might have a rarity. Pay attention to the proof and UNC values on the chart. While the 1961 is our focus, look at the price spikes on Numista for other years. The algorithm here filters millions of auctions to give you the real market sentiment, not just a random guess from a seller. This site is the gold standard because it tracks the rarity index. If a coin has a rating over 50, you are looking at something that collectors are fighting for in private groups. And here is the proof. At 348, look at the 1968 version. In pristine MS condition, this 10 Kopek jumps to 41 euros. That's a massive premium for a coin that looks identical to the common ones. But Numista isn't just a catalog, it's a living marketplace. You can actually list your duplicates or find the missing pieces of your Soviet set directly through the swap and buy features. The beauty of this system is transparency. You see the reputation of the other collectors. No scams, no fake rare labels. You trade based on the technical data we're looking at right now. I use this tool to verify every single claim I make on this channel. Whether you want to sell your 1968 rarity or buy a 1961 variant, this is where the pros hang out. It's about being an educated collector 1961 was the year of the Great Soviet Monetary Reform. The government deleted a zero from the currency. This tin Kopek was the new face of the USSR. It's made of nickel brass, a very tough alloy. Because it was a new design, the first strikes were experimental. This industrial pressure created the secret I'm about to reveal. On the obverse, we have the Soviet emblem with 15 ribbons. Study these details now. They are the key to the rare variant. Now look at the sun rays, under the hammer and sickle. In the common version, the space between rays is smooth, but look closer. In a very rare variant, there are thin connecting lines between the sunbeams. This happened because dies meant for proof sets were used for circulation. This tiny error is a treasure for specialists. If your coin has these lines, its value can be 50 times higher depending on the condition. Check your 10 Kopek with a lens right now. It's about the rarity of the strike, not the metal. This coin is a piece of history. Be the one to take us to the top. Hit the bell for tomorrow's premiere on the 2017 scam. I'll see you in the live chat. Let's get obsessive. Look at the 15 ribbons again. Focus on the bottom fold of the 7th ribbon on the left. In a high-pressure strike, the edge is razor sharp. If it's rounded, the die was exhausted or clogged. Study the hammer and sickle. Look at the handle of the hammer. There's a tiny gap where it meets the head. In common circulated coins, this gap disappears. We are looking for that microscopic separation. That's the pristine mark. Now, the rays of the sun, don't just look at them, count them. Each ray must be a clean, straight line reaching the globe. If a ray is broken or faint, the coin's technical grade drops instantly. Perfection is binary here. Look at the grain on the wheat ears. Each grain should have a tiny visible line. It's a repetitive pattern, but any interruption in this pattern tells the story of the coin's life. Was it cleaned? Was it abused? The metal knows. We're deep diving into the 1961 anatomy. This is the discipline of the hunter. You look at the same detail 1,000 times until the anomaly jumps out at you. It's about training your eye to see what others ignore. Check the star at the top of the emblem. It has 5 points and each point must be symmetrical. In 1961, the star was the symbol of the state's eye. Any blurriness here is a sign of a weak strike. Look closer. Always closer. On the reverse, a minimalist design with wheat and oak leaves in high-quality strikes. The veins of the leaves are like a fingerprint. The reverse of the 1961 10 Kopek is a masterpiece of symmetry. Look at the date. The font used for 1961 was designed to be bold, clear, and unshakable, just like the Soviet ideology of that era. Here is a curious technical detail. If you rotate the coin, the year remains surprisingly legible from different angles. It was built for speed, for the hands of workers who didn't have time to check which way was up. But look closely at the 9 and the 6 together. From a certain angle, the interlocking curves almost suggest the shape of a stylized swastika. It's a bitter irony considering the USSR was the regime that crushed that symbol. Seeing a hint of the enemy's symbol hidden in the heart of Soviet currency is a detail that makes you smile or think. It's a design paradox that shows how geometry can play tricks on history. But let's get to the real prize. I promised you a unique detail. Look at the sun rays on the obverse again. This is where the 1961 reveals its secret. In rare strikes, there are thin connecting lines between the beams. This is the mark of the transition die. If your coin has those horizontal microlines, you are holding a variant that collectors crave. It's the difference between common change and a numismatic trophy. Check your collection now. Every line is worth money. We're just few subscribers away from our first Goa. Be the one to close this gap. Hit subscribe and join Collectibles Uncovered. Today at 6 p.m. EST, we expose the 4th episode of series Numismatics Messes about the 2017 1-cent scam. Don't miss the live chat. It's going to be a riot.